So if you're looking for a water filter, I would say, based on my experience, give Katadyn brand filters a try. I've been using Katadyn filters for since the mid-90s. Never gotten sick. And for the last many years, I've been using this basic Katadyn hiker because this thing filters water really fast. It's simple to use. You can fill several containers quickly, and it does a really good job at keeping you from getting sick. And the reason I'm also bringing this up is so that I can highlight a great customer service experience I had with Katadyn. Several years ago, the area where the hose connects, the little attachment piece cracked at the base because I would always yank it off, and that's a big mistake. If you get these, be careful when you take the hose off because it's plastic and it's just not something that you just want to be pulling on, and it hurts the life of the product. So the filter still worked, it just was really slow and it was bubbling. So when I got home, I just wrote a letter to Katadyn just saying what happened, and I actually sent them the piece so they could see it, to see if maybe there was something that they might want to improve upon or something. And I didn't ask for anything. I mean, I'd bought the thing like 4 years before. I'd used it dozens of times, and I think that was like the second filter cartridge that I was using on it. And it never let me down, and even though it had that crack in it, it still worked. We just decided to go with the potable water tablets because it was just filtering so slow. So this thing can fill this big container really fast. And if you have a collapsible bucket, you can just sit at your camp and you can just power. And anyway, I sent him the piece back in a letter telling him what happened. And I just figured they would just look at it and say, this guy's a, pain in the neck or something. Sure enough, like a couple weeks later, I got a brand new cartridge for that to go in there to replace it. They didn't charge me. Oops. They didn't charge me for it. They didn't say anything. They just they threw it in there in a package and sent it to me for free. Just and that to me is a mark of a great company. I worked at a resort hotel for a long time, and for several years I served as the quality assurance coordinator, and so customer service is huge with me. And I was blown away by it, just because, usually people are like, well, they want to see a receipt or they want to do this, especially something where they don't have to deal with you face to face. The thing wasn't under warranty. I just sent it to them in the mail and said, look at this thing cracked, you might want to consider it or whatever. And they just went ahead and sent it to me. So if you're looking for a filter, and believe me, I'm not sponsored by Katadyn or get any benefit other than that one filter they gave me. I got 20 subscribers to my channel as of today, and I get a lot of views on my fishing stuff. Some views, not a lot of views. So I think you have to have subscribers before you get sponsored. So, I'm just telling you this. Basically, it's a product that I've used for a long time, and I'm comfortable recommending Katadyn. They have nicer filters than this. And as I said in my Giardia clip, I talk about the UV ones and how I don't like those because I like to physically filter out the stuff in the water. I don't want to drink that crap. I'm not looking for chowder. I'm looking for fresh water. There's a lot of things swimming around. So these filters are great. And just in that little time talking, even though the hose jumped out at one point, I filled this whole container, and it's good. Like my cousin got, when I was up in Yosemite with my cousin Lance, he bought some highly rated double chamber filter that he read about online, and the thing was just so slow. It was just it was fancy, but it just didn't work very good. And we both just ended up using this for the whole trip. And this filter's on multiple uses. So, you know, you just always want to keep the hoses separate. And I'd say if you're looking for a filter, they do have, I know Katadyn makes a lot of different filters. Or I think they make different filters. For the last many years, I've just used this basic Katadyn hiker. And if you buy this thing, it'll last you multiple trips, and then you can replace the cartridge, the filter cartridge that's in the middle, and that's what they mailed me. So thank you, Katadyn. I'm hoping that you're not like, who gave that guy a free filter? Let's fire him. I had a great job until this guy went on YouTube and talked about me giving a filter away. I don't think so. I think it's a company that has a really nice mission and culture, and I think that they take care of their customers. And I don't think that they're looking to nickel and dime people. They sell these at a very good price. They're like $60. And I've used this model of filter for a very long time. It's 2019. I've been using this thing since like the 90s, I think. So I would say if you're reading about filters online, add this to your potpourri of things that you're reading about and considering, and just grab a Katadyn hiker and you'll be stoked, and you won't get sick just like I haven't gotten sick. And you'll have a much better time in the woods without Giardia. So thank you, Katadyn, and thank you for tuning in to Wilderness with Amani, and I hope this water filter information helps somebody get themselves a good filter that serves them well for a long time.